A lot of people have gone to school, but not a lot of people are educated. There's some places you go to, it is your heritage that makes you stand out.
I don't go after visibility, I go after value.
When people lie, it shows.
They never sue one of una before.
The airline is greater place that can't used to play in Chelsea.
How you wan take say when you no even get shot? Like you go first ask yourself, who I wan show this thing?
Trend does not give you space to see what is hidden behind those things they're trying to push out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to another interesting episode on Ebenezer TV Podcast, your number one podcast that talks reality. We talk education, but most of all, we talk about things that matter the most. On today's show, we've programmed a topic and we've tagged it Opinions Unleashed. My name is John Goswill and I'm not here alone. I have with me my co-host who will help me. We have our guest, and we'll be firing our guest with questions that we want to get his opinion. Of course, not just his opinion, but we also want to get your own opinion. So I would like you to meet a very interesting lady, a young lady. She's a guitarist in the person of May. She will be my co-host for today. Thank you for being here with us, May.
All right.
I would like to introduce the guest, our guest who is here with us. He is a native of Calabari, and he graduated from the prestigious Rivers State University. And of course, he is one of the best footwear makers in Port Harcourt today. I present to you Mr. Sunday John Royal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here with us, Mr. Royal.
Thank you for having me.
So just like I said, we have tagged today's podcast Opinions Unleashed, and we've programmed 10 questions. 10 questions we'll be asking our guest to get his opinions on these issues or these matters, or you can say this question. So I would let my co-host ask him the few questions she has on her sleeves.
All right. Do you think the younger generation has it tougher or easier than previous generation in finding their path in life?
When it comes to finding paths and finding purpose in life, it boils down to different factors.
Okay.
I can't say the younger generation finds it better or the older generation finds it better, because it boils down to your surrounding, your environments. If your parents are still living in the ancient time, even in this modern world, you still find it difficult to find your purpose in life. So I feel that it is not about the generation you're in, but it's about the balance in which or the family you come from. So for some persons, over time, their family are able to evolve, and then they're open-minded.
Why some do not evolve?
They're open-minded to the reality of life now. But some still think in a very rigid and a very structural pattern, which has also made their children not be able to explore and think outside the box, and they're able to find their purpose and then being useful in society. So I think there should be a balance between these things. So the younger generations now have it easy because they use the internet. You can go to school now. It's easier to get into school now, unlike before.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the younger generation have it easier, but the older generation, they have to walk through time and time to find purpose. Because now you have transports where you can just board a bus and then next year you're here. That time you have to walk miles before you get to school.
Yes.
You have to go to the farm before you go to school.
And now technology has made it
Before
easier.
even thinking of going to work, you think how you really get there.
You have online courses, you have coaches, you have mentors all over social media, in schools, on campuses, everywhere. So I think that this generation, it's easier for you to find something and then hold on to it than previous generation.
Well, for me, if I should support what you said, I think yes, it's easier for the present or the younger generation, because come to think of it, the past generation or the older generation, they don't have access to the internet, which is one important tool. I think with the internet you can do much. Without you going to anywhere, you have access to many things. You have access to things you will learn. You have access to things that you can do. In fact, take for instance businessmen. They don't need a shop these days. They just go online, post their jobs. So far as they are credible, people buy from them and they make their money. But if you talk about the older generation, how you want to take say when you don't even get shot? Like you go first ask yourself, who I want to show this thing? You understand? But the younger generation now, even in career path, they have it easy. If they want to study anything, you can be here and you study courses they study at abroad. You understand? With the use of the internet. So it's definitely easier now.
You can even see ChatGPT now.
Exactly. Now we even have ChatGPT.
Answers, everything there.
Exactly.
The reach is vast because of technology.
Yes.
The event of technology has made it easier for people to stretch and connect with people from different backgrounds and in different fields of life, helping them to concrete different understanding of how the world works. So it's easier for you to find your path now than a couple of years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. The next question is, if you could change one big thing about how we educate kids today, what will you change and why?
That's a very important question because I've spoken to somebody about this prior to this time before. So the educational system in Nigeria is so in a very, very, I would like put it, it's still living in the shadows because we are too focused on the Western culture while educating our children. You see children these days, they no longer have native names. It's very wrong. In educating your child, you need to teach
Exactly.
your
They
child
no longer have
especially
native names.
balance.
Exactly.
We focus more on poetry, literature, and the rest. What about your local dialects? How many children can come out and
Some of them can't even
introduce,
speak.
not speak, introduce yourself and then identify as a native of a particular tribe? But all you need is English A, mathematics A. That's not all about life. There's some places you go to. It is your heritage that makes you stand out. That's why till tomorrow, I would always praise the people that take out time to send their children or to travel with their children back to their hometown to teach them
Teach them the
culture and
native.
tradition of
Yeah.
the people. Because it is very important. Because in years to come from now, you will see some traditions that people will say, okay, no, this one is diabolic, this one is not diabolic. It is too much of inculcating Western culture, which is very, very bad.
And most of us cannot even speak our native language. So.
Aside from the language, the food also. These days, some persons tell you I can't eat this. I can't eat this. So it's very.
We don't turn Igbo.
Educating your children from the scratch, the way you are, like, it's very important because a sense of identity is what helps you to stand out as an individual. Because a Russian man will always because of his Russian heritage. The Indian man will always have an African man, a Nigerian
Should be
man,
an African man.
a Rivers man, a Calabar man, and a Kwere man.
So we should involve African culture in our educational system.
It's very important.
It should be.
African history, like, okay, do you know when your community was founded? Do you know the people that the families that came together and said, okay, let us form this community? You don't know this. And
most of us don't know.
As time passes, history tends to fade away, and then stories tend to be rewritten. And if the original truth is not held on, we start having different versions.
Exactly.
That's why you see different stories coming out from news, and then you're confused, and then people start to wonder if it's true or it's a lie.
Adding African culture to the educational system is quite thoughtful, and it's needed. Me, I think the thing I would want to add to educational system is to teach students how not to memorize but to understand. Because you see, we have the issue of memorizing in fact, almost all our students now, you ask them a question, something they've been taught in class, they don't understand. All they want to do is they want to give you verbatim what they read in the textbook.
It's called read,
which is wrong.
It's called read to pass. That's what it's called.
That's the problem, you know. If you understand the thing, you have better, you can explain it more than you just reading from the textbook.
While in school, lecturers do not want you to express yourself. Teachers don't want you to express yourself. They want you to give them what they're doing.
Exactly what's in the notes.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I think
most people, they tell you, give me what I've given to you. They don't want you to explore other options. It's because it is easier for them to mark.
Maybe because the people are writing rubbish.
No, not writing rubbish. It is easier for you to mark when you have, they call it a scheme, a standard of marking. They don't want to go through the stress of identifying new points, options in. See, sometimes the thing is that they don't want to feel as if they don't know what they're saying.
That is, they don't know what they're saying. They actually don't know what they're. No, let's be sincere. There is no way as a teacher you would study, let's say, a topic, and you come on and tell me you don't know what you're saying. You should be grounded in that topic, obviously. So if as the student you understand what I taught you, okay, on that topic, it's easy for us to communicate. If I bring up this topic and say, what is this? Even without looking at the textbook, because you understand what you've been taught, it's not cramming or memorizing it. You can just say what you know and it will rhyme with what I've taught. That's what I'm saying. I would inculcate not just memorizing, but understanding. You know, they should be able to understand and express themselves the way they understand the subject or the topic.
Add to this, the way we teach is very, very unique because it's rigid. I see schools these days trying to inculcate entrepreneurship, which is very nice. I applaud that for some schools I've seen. Because in a country like Nigeria, we've had more than we have over 1 billion graduates. certificates.
Graduates full everywhere
We
now.
have excess of certificates with no jobs. So inculcating entrepreneurship into the academic system is very, very commendable.
It's
for
even
schools that
needed.
inculcated
It's needed.
We
this.
even do those entrepreneurship stuff, but we don't really do much on it. We just do a little bit of it in schools because they do all this GS, but I don't feel like they do the main thing. We don't do a lot
The
of
thing about
practicals on this.
entrepreneurship is skills you learn with your hand can't be taken away from you, whether you're in environment A or environment B.
Yes, you will always
Skills
use
that
it.
are built, are inbuilt, cannot be. See, that's why you need people that can resonate with the reality of life, which is the government are not doing anything to get you a job. You go to school, they tell you that if you go to school, this and this, the educational system is just revolving around creating workers.
Yeah.
Now, creating workers to work in which industry?
In which sector?
In which sector? So when you have more graduates and then less job, you tend to create nuisance. That's why you see them on social media bantering about gender, bantering about dressing, bantering about useless things. So when you have a system that helps you understand that, okay, there's uniqueness in having a skill, because like you're no longer dependent on somebody to feed you.
Exactly.
If you see, nothing sweet pass when you spend your own money.
As in,
Spending your own money means that you answer to nobody. You can get what you want whenever you want it because you have your own skills that help you generate something for yourself. You no longer become a liability or a threat to society, disturbing the peace of your
So
environment.
they should add more of entrepreneurship in our educational
more
system.
of it.
More of
More
it and not less of it.
Yes.
More of it. That's
okay, this is another question. So when it comes to lifestyle, do you believe in following trends or sticking to what works for you?
Trend. Let me just paint a picture. Not just a picture. It's happening now. So there's this t-shirt. There's this t-shirt trending right now.
Nigerian Jesse.
So it's a
You see some green, white, green, some brown, white,
when
brown.
you try to follow the trend, you get lost. The trend does not give you space to see what is hidden behind those things they're trying to push out. Like I tell people every time, know what works for you and then stick to it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be a doctor and then you're getting coaching from an engineer, be able to identify where that coaching should end. You cannot tell me that you're a doctor and then there are principles that are aligned, but you should know where those principles end, because now engineering has to do with machines where parts can be replaced. The human body cannot be replaced with parts. So if you're
there are some human bodies that are replaced with
following
parts.
some trends in some fields, understand that these things do not align with what I'm trying to do. So you stick to what works for you.
What works best for you.
Exactly. You stick to, like I would say for myself, it's not that I follow trend, but if I see a trend and it adds value to me, okay, if that trend adds value to me, of course I will adapt to it. But it doesn't mean because this thing the trend, I guess I don't go after visibility, I go after value.
Yeah.
So the best thing I do is I look at this trend. Do I want to take this? Do I want to follow these people in doing this? Will it help me? Is there anything I'm gaining from it? If yes, why not? I will do it so far as the trend. But if I see say this thing, now just on I want just the post, maybe for instance, you will see everyone posting about things they don't even have any idea about. They will post about stories because blogs carry it, they will post it. They never sue one of una before. You go write one thing, post one thing, the person go carry and go court, sue you, and you will pay. Because some of you will defame someone's character without even knowing if you are actually defaming the person or not. Just because it's a trend, you will post it. So I will not just follow the trend. I would first of all check if the trend adds any value to me before I will adapt to it.
There's a pandemic of people saying locked in on Twitter, on X rather. Locked in what?
Stay locked in.
Stay locked in. What are you locking in? You know that morning to night you're on top of your bed pressing your phone. You're not learning anything. That's just a trend. But if you're actually locked in, you don't need to tell somebody you're locked in.
That's what I'm saying. You understand the point now. The people that will tell you locked in, there are people that understand that the locked in is actually putting in the work and still going forward, no matter the stress or anything. There are people that will tell you locked in and just like that, they go day bed, they locked in. I don't know anything they actually locked for that day.
It's very important that people understand that following trends is good.
Yes.
But knowing the limit to which you should follow trends is very important.
Yes.
Because that's why I told one of my students, knowing how to draw designs in shoemaking is very important. But knowing that your environment and what sells in your environment is also important. Because there are some footwears you make that,
For that environment, no
oh
go
my
sell.
God, you fine, oh, you fine, clean job, but you will never make profit from that business. Because why? You saw it as a trend, not understanding that there are some basic information you need to have to buttress that thing you've gathered online. Because people just come and then they say things vaguely. You don't have data to back what you're saying up.
They've not even
No
researched about
research.
it. No research.
So when it comes to trend, I like people to sometimes just understand that it's not reality.
It's not even about just news or anything. Even lifestyle, even fashion. Most people they tend to just follow the trend. Some of them don't even sabi. Did they see person wear crop top with this? He fit am like him fine, him body stature, everything. He dey alright. You wey me and you no fine. Like our two will no get that body. You go wear am. Like I'll be like, you look me, like you understand. So it's not even just on news, but trend mostly on everything.
Yeah.
Lifestyle, fashion, news, everything. We should be careful not to just follow trend.
It's very, very funny. Because if you watch fashion shows and then you see some people that their hairline starts from the midfield and they are trying to save dread. Their hairline is playing that place that Kante used to play in Chelsea, that place that Zubed is playing for Arsenal now. The hairline starts from the center of the head.
Their signature
And they are trying to keep dreads. It doesn't make any
now.
see, you should not jump on every trend. Not every trend is meant for you.
Let me go with the fourth question, okay? The fourth question goes like this. What's one trending topic right now that you think is totally overrated and why?
A trending topic that's overrated is gender roles.
Gender roles, how?
Yes. Because knowing that you're a woman and knowing that you're a man is very simple. When they give birth to you, you can just easily identify that you're a woman
Okay.
and you're a man. So you should not have conversations regarding to what a woman should do and what a man should do. These things are already basic. They are basic knowledge. So going about bantering ourselves about
Gender
what a man should do and what a woman should do does not make any sense. There are important things to discuss about in a country like Nigeria. In fact, in the world at large.
There are important things, exactly.
There is food shortage. How do we think about providing food? There is insecurity issues. How do we go about providing security? There is issue with transportation. How do we transport goods and services from one place to another easily and at a very, very fast and reliable way? Not bantering about what a man should do and what a man should not do and what a woman should do.
My own is even the issue of Regina Dane and Senator Ned. This thing is trending for no reason. This is a marital affair. Of course, it should not be trending. Make una settle am for side. If na divorce, it's no big issue. I don't know why it's trending. For me, it has no reason.
Because it's a celebrity. And that's
the point. It's not trending for any valuable.
Because she's a celebrity.
The truth is,
I'm not saying people doesn't know about her lifestyle.
Okay.
She's a celebrity. She has something to offer to us.
Yeah.
But what is she trending for now at the moment? This is something that involves marriage. Something they can settle like in the corners. It's very easy. Even if you no want settle, you go court, everything go lie. But in fact, now not even them, they even cause it. Nigerians now they make and trend up and down. If this one go post and put in your own comment, post and put in your own suggestion, like it's trending for no reason. That's what I'm saying.
The war between gender does not make any sense because at the end of the day, as a woman, we need a man, and as a man, we need a woman. There has to be a common understanding that we both need each other. Not that you have male and female.
Yes.
You cannot do without the other. You can think you can. You think you can until you get to a point where you understand that more.
But I feel there are some particular rules a man should do.
There are. No one is doubting it.
There are no rules.
No one is.
Okay.
There are rules. There are some things that are gender specific.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there should not be a debate about it.
Okay.
Should not be more about it.
So can you give an example of something you have done?
Let me just paint this picture. As a woman, if you hear a creaking sound at night, let's say you're married, who is the first person you tap?
The man.
The man, abi? Why? Because you feel that the man is best capable to defend.
He is the protector and defender of the
That is
gospel.
yes. That is that.
I mean, you won't call the woman say, "Come go fight."
That's the thing now. A man is best suitable to defend,
Yes.
to stand for, and like a wall to protect. But when it comes to hospitality, catering and then taking care, who is best to do that job?
The woman.
Because why? A woman moves with emotions. She tends to portray love with things she does.
Yeah.
When it comes to data, there are certain things that men are better off than women. And based on those things, we should not have a conversation, we should not have a debate. Women try to form equal, but how
Gender
many,
inequality now.
but how many women do you see going into scaffolding?
Women are basically doing most of the hard work.
But when it comes to let's say hospitality business, food business, clothing, like when it comes to dressing,
Men are
men are also good in that business too.
what is the number? I'm not saying that there are no men in this business, but you should not have a war bantering ourselves of who is better, who is not better. We know that women are better off at hospitality than men.
You can't say better.
I can't say better off.
Because
No,
some
me too, I will not
guys
agree.
are very good at cooking.
Exactly.
Listen.
Some guys are even good at
If you
taking
take-
care.
If you take 10 men and 10 women to a battlefield to fight, you have a large number of men fighting
Yes.
and protecting.
No doubt about that.
But if you take 10 men and 10 women to the kitchen, you have a large number of women.
Okay.
That's sometimes when it comes to data collection, there should not be a debate about it. When you go somewhere, then you see somebody making food. You tend to direct your emotions towards the women.
Let me add to this now. Just imagine if you taste a woman's food and it's good, like say good, you say it's sweet though. But if you taste a man's food and it's good, you go there like,
That's an extra.
this guy dey cook.
That's
You understand?
But normally it's women that cook.
Exactly.
Normally, it's women that know how to manage. See, a woman can give a woman 2,000 naira,
And she
will prepare something that somebody that they give 100,000
No,
cannot
for
prepare.
this country.
Not be about this country. That's to tell you that
I get
women
you, I
have
get you.
special skills when it comes to certain
Management,
things.
yeah.
When it comes to taking care of children, there are good men that can take care of children. But when you check out the statistics, the number of men that can take care of children are not much. But the number of men that can take care of children are much. That's why when you go to the hospital, you see nurses. How many male nurses have you seen? These are parts that you should not debate about.
Okay, thank you very much for that opinion. So if you've been with us up to this moment, you should please subscribe to this channel, like, share, and also please leave a comment on any of the questions you've listened to. The next question I have for you, sir, is this. How do you balance staying true to yourself versus adapting to what is popular?
Okay. Perspective and perception about things is what allows you to stand on your ground. When it comes to making a decision, like I was saying before the show started, no decision is independent.
Okay.
Right from when you were born, no decision you're taking up until this point and up until you die is independent. It is influenced by your upbringing, the kind of advice you take from
Sometimes
your
the
friends,
things we see, sir.
the movies you watch, the books you read, the music you listen to, people's experience. No decision is independent. But what differentiates it is your ability to filter.
Yes.
The ability to say this is trash and this is useful. That's how you balance your life.
Yes.
After the whole day stress, after you've been to the market, you've been to work, you've talked to his colleagues, you've talked to his friends, you've gone to sports and you've seen people have conversation. When you come back, do you reflect on those things you've learned?
Because there must be something you learn from. See, they said everyone is there for a reason. You see that? You're learning. So if you meet someone today, like I've met you today, the conversation we have today is very different from the ones we've been having. You understand? I've learned something from you today. I've learned something from her today. So it's actually I now have to filter which of them do I have to take. Which of them will work with me. You understand? I don't have to take everything you've said, but I will take the important ones that I feel is important to me. How about you, May? What do you have to say about this?
The question again is about being self-aware. If you're aware of yourself,
Okay.
I think that's the first step. then you gain clarity of what you want to be. Because sometimes it's actually tempting because you see somebody
It is
doing
it
so
really
well
is.
in a field and like, just go there and leave what
Because this
I'm
side
doing.
don't work for me.
This one wey dey work. Oh, I've been trying this thing, it's not working. You can't tell you go to that field.
Ask yourself this question: how long has this
You
been
won't be good in
doing
that field if you go there.
The way to
To balance it.
balance it is to stay true to yourself. Don't try to jump on trends. Don't. It is good to try out things, but
what works
stick
for
to
you.
your core.
Yeah, stick to what works for
Stick to
you.
your core.
Yeah.
Try out things, but stick to your core. That way, you're able to excel and at a faster rate.
Yeah. So May, can we have the next questions from you?
Okay, so the next question is, do you think the older generations have some wisdom that we're losing today? Or do you feel like times have changed too much for that to matter? Do you get the question? I should repeat it again.
I get the question.
Okay.
See, my dad will always say something. Only me kill elephants, fix be true. But only me carry am.
Na lie, big lie.
Big lie, yo.
There's a person wey snake don conquer before. Even if you see thread for that place, in the first day guide, young people just open their mouth and they talk. They don't know when to sit back and then understand what is to be said. We lack that in this our generation. People just want to be out there, not knowing the repercussions that we have freedom of speech, we don't have freedom after speech. Every action deserves an equal reaction. So what you see, this generation does not understand that. That's why you see them now. They are next thing they are here, next thing they are begging. So the older generation understands when to speak and when not to. There's a wisdom in silence at some point. But
So we are losing part of their wisdom.
yes, also it is also good to speak up, which they did not at some point. And then you are suffering from their silence also. So there needs to be a balance. The question is making sure that there's a balance between these two things.
For me, I think we are losing the wisdom of the older generation, but we are also getting the wisdom of the newer generation. Let's say, for instance, just like you said about our African culture during the educational question. Now, if you feel that most of these students are not getting that our African culture, it's quite simple to say that they will never get it. Because if the old person that knows it is not telling you, you are not getting the information directly from him, how else do you want to get it? Now your pikin won't tell you. So at a point, you are losing that wisdom.
Let me say something.
Okay.
Because the older generations, they had to struggle to get some things. But we just saw it easy. Like, let me talk about phone now. Then they didn't have internet to search on some assignment. They have to go deeper to read books.
Yes,
what
exactly.
the youth now are lazy to do.
Most of
they have more things that we are losing then than now.
Yes, I've even seen a post where they say, make una take care of una health too. Our medical doctors, they didn't enter class. You understand? But back then, even if na native doctor dey with you, you go see say the person where they learn from am, in concentrate, they focus. But now, the medical doctor even there say, no worry, ChatGPT dey with me. I go ask am.
So you scan everything and
there should be there's a convergence between wisdom and understanding. There are some things that the younger generation are gifted and suited for, and then also the older generation are better suited for. When it comes to tradition and other things, when it comes to certain level of professionalism, the younger generation are not vested. When it comes to things that has to do with sometimes experience, not always.
Okay.
So, but sometimes experience. I was watching a video where it was a ship had an issue, and they had brought in different technicians with different devices to work on this ship, but it still did not come on. And then they brought an old man. The old man just walked around the ship, looked at the engine, went to one place, brought out the small
touch small
pin, and then just ejected it, and then next thing the engine came on. That is to tell you that it is not every new thing that works. So you need to have a balance
Yes.
to know which one is valuable, which one we should let go, and which one we should keep. So in order for us to have that balance, we need to be able to interact with the older generations. I tell people it is good for you to interact with your parents, your older siblings, your uncles, your aunties, and then filter out information for you to know
that
which is which.
Filter it, Okay, the next question is, if you could give one piece of lifestyle advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Lifestyle
If you could give one piece of lifestyle advice.
I'm taking a lot of risk. I'll say take more risk.
I swear.
That's the lifestyle. Lifestyle is
As long
a
as
great
the risk will not kill you, take it.
As long as you're not kidding.
To your younger self.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
My younger self, take more risk.
As at then, if I could take the risk that I'm taking now, I'm sure by now if I don't pass this level.
Understand something.
So take
When it
risks.
comes to risk taking, you're able to take risk when you're not liable for yourself. When I was like say 16, 17, 18, I could have 50,000 and then start a business with it, and then it will go bad.
Okay.
And then I will not feel it because my dad will feed me, clothe me,
Yeah,
and shelter
exactly.
me. But now,
as you take the
if
risk,
you're
you
trying to
may
take a
think
risk, you're thinking about the effect on
the repercussion of your risk.
risk.
Yes, exactly.
So if I had taken more risk back then, I would have been way ahead of where I am now. So I would like myself to take more risk and then keep quiet a lot. Like, go out and then don't speak.
Just learn.
Go out, don't speak, just learn.
You won't turn them to deaf and dumb.
No. See, a lot of people try to say, while I was growing up, I would walk into somewhere and then I would involve in a conversation. Like I always know. If I had sat back down, not to speak, some persons around there would educate me more on the subject matter. But because I was speaking like I already knew.
What if you are educating the people there? Have you thought about
what I'm
it?
saying? To my younger self.
Okay.
My younger self.
Yes.
My younger self.
Yes.
I'm educating somebody.
Yes.
Does not mean I know all.
I agree.
So if I had kept quiet at some point, somebody will hold me by the hand and take me on the journey. To my younger self, look for a mentor. Look for somebody you look up to in the field you
want to aspire
You
in.
won't find the person in that your field.
You will. You definitely will. See, that's why, sorry to cut you short. That's why it's easier for this generation. You have the internet, okay? The highest that could happen is they will tell you to pay. Okay. But if it's to find someone aspiring in that your field, like prospering in that field you want to enter, you see a lot of people. If this person no go work with you, this person will work with you. And most of them, they get good at to the extent they would want to teach.
Yeah.
Especially if you're young.
Yes.
So, but to my younger self, go out there and learn a lot of things, try a lot of things, feel fast, get yourself back on track, and then keep going.
Then
To my younger self, I would say skills. Learn more skills.
Learn more skills when you do school.
Skills.
No, about you.
I will leave school run.
You just use it. You don't use it wisely. You just relax.
We play.
Yes. So those times you should have learned some skills. By now, do you know how many skills you have had?
It's hard. Though.
It's hard.
It's hard
Let's put it this way. You're wiser now because you have to experience life from different angles. So your younger self that did not have this little exposure, what I will advise myself to do, is to go out, listen, come back, filter, and gather information. Because what we did was have fun, try out things, have fun, try out things, and have fun. We were not really committed to it.
Now waiting full our head up.
We were just involved. We were involved in everything, but we were not committed to it. So trying out things and then finding one and sticking to it. What I advise my younger self to do.
Yeah.
That's what I advise to every younger person outside there listen to this, to find something, fail at it, get back up, fail at different things. Because you don't think even if as you're like this now, if you're a young person, let's say you're 16, 17, then you're able to do something and you win 100K, and then you do something and then it fails, your life will still continue. You can see they'll pay your school fees, they'll feed you, they'll clothe you.
So the younger self should do more.
Yes, we
Take
should
more
do
risks.
more.
You have that span. So use
You have
it.
that time.
You have that time.
So use it.
For me, I would say don't rush, but don't also be lazy.
Very
Okay.
important.
Build with the process. There are some things most people miss when they rush. There is something you will learn. Let's say in shoemaking, for instance, someone that has not been with you, but maybe he has heard how they are doing shoes, you think he knows how to make those shoes. But there are things he will be with you, and even with being with you, sir, he will not get what you're getting, because there are some processes, there are some patterns that you yourself, you take your time to build yourself in that process.
Okay, next question. What's a big misconception you think people have about education in today's world?
What?
A big misconception people have. I think people feel education equals success. That's a wrong mentality.
But it does.
No, education does not equal success.
But what about success?
Success has to do with your own decision, how you want to move, how you decide to move. It does not mean because you're educated you will be successful. Do you get? Education is something that will help you. It will be let's say a gateway, a pathway for success, because you can be uneducated and also be successful. You understand? But people have this misconception that if you go school, at the end of the day, you go see person wey maybe no get money, mama papa wey no get money, and at the end of the day, they will tell you say when their pikin they don born, they will send their pikin go school, and they feel maybe that school na go make their pikin go come out come help them. But then if him go the school, e dey expose am to wetin things wey him go learn wey fit help am actually dey successful. But it does not mean that if you go that school, school no be scam. But then if you go that school and you go come out with the certificate, still be olodo. So it does not equal success. That's the misconception I think we have.
When it comes to education, then you have two types of education. You have formal and informal education.
Okay.
Now, you need education if you want to succeed. You need education to help you decipher which information is valid and which is not.
Okay.
Education is the base to which you make decisions and in which you try out things. If you're not educated, whether formally, whether you cannot try out things.
Yes,
because education
I agree.
is what informs you. Going to school is not education. A lot of people have gone to school, but not a lot of people are educated. We have graduates, not educated people. We have graduates. See, graduate means you show up and you're certified.
Okay. Yes, exactly.
You show up every day for 4 years or for 5 years, and then
You go class.
Okay, you come and no wala. You
write exam, then give you paper.
That is schooling.
Yes.
Education is what is the core. It's what builds a person to say, okay, so person don't go to school,
It's what
they are
grounds
educated.
you.
That is informal education. So you cannot tell me I studied marketing, and then somebody that has been in this business of a particular thing, maybe cement or maybe a roofing sheets, coming to tell the person knows everything about what you know is just a tip. So it is educated but informally. It is not in a formal setting. It is not certified. It does not have a degree to it, but he's educated.
Okay, then I should put it: schooling does not equal success.
Yes, schooling, not education.
Education.
Is
yeah.
You can be educated in different ways.
areas.
Yes, exactly.
So education is but people tend to think the way you go to school when you're educated. No, you can be educated in different aspects.
Forms, yeah.
That's true.
Okay, that's a very good one. How do you see the balance between technology and traditional ways of living playing out in your own life?
In my own life, I think the balance is good enough, because I adopt technology, I use technological things, but at the same time, when it comes to tradition, I dey follow tradition, I dey respect tradition. If na tradition say na like this, na like this. So I think the balance is okay for me, because see, even if you say be traditional man, no use phone today. Just say you no wan use phone today, or use the phone but no come online. Or just say you want to use old method, say you want communicate, it's hard. So technology makes it easy, but at the same time, I no dey forget things wey be say I suppose use, wey dey back, those original and correct things dem, I still dey use them. I go still follow them up. I go still follow dey in line with those things.
But for me, I balance tradition and technology in very simple ways. It all boils down to how you apply them and specific situations. There are some situations where technology is the best, and then the only like it is best suited for those kind of
For
things.
that situation, yeah.
So while at some point, at some things that happen to you, you need the traditional way to be able to balance it. You can't. Technology is not always right, and tradition is not always wrong. There is a baseline where they come together, and then
The balance.
So the whole point is balancing.
Yes.
Yes.
When
Balancing.
it comes to medication, let me use medicine. Your tradition is bound to your belief, to your belief system. Technology is all about your exposure, level of exposure.
And
That's
also
technology.
logic.
That's what the level of exposure. That's what
Yeah.
allows you to get logic. But tradition is about your belief system. Whether you're exposed or not, it's your belief system, your core. So when it comes to certain things, you need to have a balance between, okay, I know that, okay, for this, there are some drugs you buy, you take them, and then it will take you like a week or 2 weeks before you start getting yourself, before you start feeling this.
You start saying drug. Now that you come, they know say drug don't they work.
It's taking effect
Yeah.
on you. But there are some herbs that once you wash them or you cook them, by the next morning,
Hospital too far. Have you heard of
you're
it?
seeing the
Hospital too
impact on
far.
your body. Like for people that have cough, people that have sore throats, sometimes you take these medications and then they don't work. But there are some things that you can do that by the next morning you're okay. There's some things that okay, if you mix this and this, you boil it, and then you're having maybe stomach ache, and you take it, automatically it's going to allow you like free yourself.
You go walk away.
But there are sometimes you take some of these drugs, you don't know when they were made. Leave this NAFDAC and no NAFDAC and the rest. It's good, but at some point you need to understand that the reality of life, some things are adulterated.
Yeah.
So technology helps you to balance which is which, but tradition also helps you to first aid. Tradition is like your first aid box.
Yes.
Because when the doctor is coming,
especially for those that don't even have the
people
exposure.
that have epilepsy, before the ambulance gets here, what do? It is your traditional means that allows you to know, okay, make I push stick from, make I push from, make I put on from mouth. That's not medicine. It has been done from time to time.
Yeah, exactly.
So your traditional means is what allows you to balance certain things. Because when it comes to emergencies, you're waiting for doctor to come and do this, you're waiting for that to come and do that.
Then you move to the traditional.
You just have to find a way to balance your tradition. And I see some people will say, this person is having this, and then you have been to the hospital, it's not working. Take that person, go back to the village, and then look for a means to clear that. Because some things are not medical. Some things you go for a scan, and then the doctor is telling you okay, but you know you're not okay.
You're not okay. You're feeling it that you're not okay.
You're not okay.
Yeah.
You're telling you you're okay.
So at some point there needs to be people need to understand that the doctors are not always right, and then sometimes the apparatus too are not always right. But you have to be able to decipher which is which.
Which should be used for which.
So
that's the whole point. Balancing.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
being able to pick a balance in my life is very easy for me.
It's easy.
If I want to take malaria medicine, I could just go market. Madam, give me that leaf. I'll boil it and I'll take it.
Your mind rest. Everywhere good.
And after a week, I'm good. But if I take these capsules,
if you take 1 week,
I go take capo saute. I go talk to capo. I'll be taking capsules and then I will still feel tired. Still feel dizzy.
Yes.
Like I'll still feel. I'll not be energetic.
Yeah, okay.
But if I take this herbal
native herbs
for like 2 days, from my urine, from where I go to use the restroom, then I'll start seeing improvements. In the beginning, I'll feel weak, but by the day 2, day 3, I'll start seeing improvements. It's faster. It's way faster than the technology and then the way they formulate drugs.
Okay, finally, if you had to pick one trend you wish would disappear tomorrow, what will it be and why?
Trends disappearing is not possible.
It's not possible actually. But if you reach
Trends disappearing, it's not possible because things will always surface in different forms. It is the same thing, but it will come up in a very different
different
light.
scenario.
Before nobody see, it's called cross-dressing now. Back then it was a taboo to see a man wear a woman's garments.
But now it's the main thing.
But now it's a trend. There will come a time where it will no longer trend anymore.
Even the dressing, there's
There
some
was a time where,
dresses.
as a guy, if you don't do on dread, you know the hot.
I'll be like, guys, twist your head.
Your hair has to be dada
You understand?
or afro.
Made it hot.
You're not dropping your pants, you know the hot.
I grab.
It's a trend. It will come and it will go. You can't just say, okay, I'm standing on this today and it will end.
Crop top go for boys. Crop top must go for boys.
So that's it. Knowing that it will go, but you don't know when.
You don't know when.
So trends will come
And go.
and trends will go.
Yeah.
And trends will resurface in different ways, different forms.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to have a mind that allows the dynamic and is able to put things in place, puzzle things, and then you make an informed decision. Because okay, let me ask you this question. If you see two people come for a job interview, you see one with dread, you see one on low cut, automatically some person start telling you that the one is for low cut is better qualified than one on dread.
That is before.
Not before, now. Up till now. Morality is a weapon fashioned against people. Morality is a weapon fashioned. I told someone, you can have dreadlocks and then you're paying your bills. And then somebody that is keeping low cuts, barbing skin.
Now weary.
Hey, Baba, they go credit, they jump fence, they come the compound. So if when I'm picking somebody to do a job, I'm not picking by your physical look, I'm not picking by your resume, I'm picking by your ability to deliver.
What can you produce? What can I get
bringing
from
to my
you?
team? That's what makes you valuable to me.
Yes.
The experience you bring in. Some persons are old, but they know how to.
Based on your firm's objective, you can decide that okay, this dressing is not accepted here. If the person like can go.
That's why some persons you can never see them in the office, but they are a part of the company.
Yeah.
The persons will never come to work. You say, what does this guy? What is this guy doing? What is this guy? But when it comes to problem solving, that person is A1.
A1.
It's not about your physical looking. It's not about what you have to offer and how you look.
Emphasis on what you have to offer.
That is why people hire people. That's why you see when you see people that when they lie on their CV, I can work. This is the one I pay me. I can work under pressure. I cannot work under pressure.
I swear, you can work under pressure. When pressure comes now, you go start to reverse.
I can work under pressure. And then when your boss is firing you with back to back, you're like, oh boy, so what I signed up for? No. That is where they are then what have you done? When people lie, it shows. When people lie, it shows because they are not able to defend what they are saying. So when you are trying to select people, ask them what they have done. From the way they explain what they have done, you know that they know what they did.
Exactly.
That's how I see it.
Okay, so this has been an amazing segment with Mr. Sunday Royal John and my co-host May. And also, I want to thank you for staying with us up to this moment. Please, just a reminder, if you've not subscribed, please do so now. Like, share, and also drop a comment. We are happy and would like to see you next time. Thank you for staying with us and have a good day.